If you haven't seen the Manhunt yet, there's spoilers, so go watch it. I'm trying to find the portal room. I should have grabbed that helmet, and I should have kept that rotten flesh just in case, but they find the portal room. I find a slime, and so I realized that so I don't know if anyone knows how slime spawning works, but slimes only spawn in swamps and certain chunks that are called slime chunks. When I killed this slime, I realized that this is a slime chunk. And so I end up digging down below this to try and see if I can find a cave like around here, because there needs to be a big area for like slime to spawn. Once I dig down, I end up hearing, I think, a slime jump. So I mine towards it. I find a cave and there was slime in it and there was creepers and skeletons.
Breaking the look.
Alright, fine, I'll get him.
He's coming.
George would have been probably dead on like all these crits. Like I keep missing him. Like what? Like that's a good crit. Like that, I guess he had his shield up and I didn't see it somehow. And then this crit, that's on target, but I guess he's just like slightly out of my range. And this crit, I'm gonna land it, but Ant hits me like right before I land it. Like I just couldn't kill George. Like I was trying my absolute hardest there to kill George, and he was like saved by the bell like 3 times in a row from getting just instantly shreked. And then he breaks himself in, and of course they unleash Sapnap to come like out like a bull. I'm like, oh god, all right, I'm out of here. This full diamond Sapnap guy, he might be kind of good. I need to get out of here. I decided I'm just gonna go back. I have a pearl. I saw how they had blocked it off, so I was like, oh, I can just pearl in probably. I run in, I pearl, it like glitches me, and I crawl in, and they're hitting my feet.
Oh my gosh.
This scared me because there's a cut here, because this took like 5 or 6 seconds for me to load in, and I was sitting there like load, like I can't see what I'm doing. They're gonna be coming in like right after me. There's a cut there, and like I like placed this block when I was blind. I was like looking around trying to like spam place, like is it gonna update? Is this world gonna load? Yeah. So I shoot him off. I should have shot bad there. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure what happened was, no, this is what happened. I wanted to kill Sapnap. So I shoot George, and then I realized, oh, they're going to block, right now, they're going to block their shields because they realized that I shot George off, right? So I like scanned to look for Sapnap, and I see him, and I realize, oh god, he's blocking his shield. Sapnap is just the best out of them in PvP, and he had full diamond. I was trying to be strategic about what I was doing, which maybe I should have just shot bad. But in terms of what I thought in my mind, I was like, okay, me killing bad isn't going to do much. But me killing full diamond Sapnap is like a massive thing. And obviously, based on what happens after this, if Sapnap had not blocked his shield there as quickly as he had, and I had turned and shot him instead of shooting someone else, that could have just instantly saved the game, like for me, if I ended up losing because of him clutching. That was my thought process was, oh, I'm gonna kill Sapnap. He's the best, he has the most armor. So I scanned for him. I saw that he was blocking his shield, and I'm like, oh god, okay, boom. So I just was like, oh god, whatever. And I just fired at Ant, and everyone was already blocking, so. And so I built a flying machine here. Someone pointed out that I didn't have firework rockets, and I commented on Reddit. So my plan wasn't even really about getting the elytra. My plan was to get the tool, the armor, the food, everything that you can actually get when you get to the end city. That's unrelated to the elytra. The elytra was going to be a good plus, but because they already knew about the elytra because of the previous manhunt, obviously they realized pretty quickly what I'm doing. Sapnap comes running around this pillar, and they told me afterwards that they had talked about before what would they do, and they couldn't really come up with anything. They just thought like, oh, like if we tried to build up and break the slime block. That was the only thing they talked about, was like if you could break the slime block, it would stop the machine. And so they thought about that, but they thought, oh, how would we break the slime block? There's not really a good way to break the slime block. So they didn't really have too much of a plan, but Sapnap knew that because they had strategized about it before. And so because Sapnap knew that you could just break the slime block, this was pretty epic. I was glad I was able to get his perspective for this because I think it just added to it. It's just such a cool shot. Like seeing this shot where it's like he's like over the void, towering up, trying to speed break. He just messes up here, he falls, and he's dead, and he loses full diamond as well. It was very, very ballsy. But he didn't really have. I think he realized there wasn't much else he could do. He dropped his armor because he knew he was going to probably die. Because they had talked about it and gone over the fact that there's no other way to stop it. Like you have to break the slime block, or place like a block in front of it. Otherwise, you can't really stop the machine. The machine will just keep going. He's not thinking about killing me, and so he's just thinking, I just need to break the machine however I can. And so he jumps, breaks the slime block, and that stops the machine. And then at this point, I have no arrows, so I can't even shoot them off or anything. And at that point, I had no arrows. That's why I couldn't shoot him when he was towering up. So that was just annoying. This was just intense. But here I was thinking I could maybe rebuild it. So I'm like collecting the materials and stuff. And then I realized that the slime block was gone. And I realized that's how he broke it. Like that's how he broke the machine. I don't think I had realized up to that point exactly what he had done. And this is just epic. Like being out here over the void is really cool. So here I was thinking I could maybe build back to the tower. But this 44 blocks is gravel and I can't like build with it. So I was like, I don't even really have that many blocks. And what I thought was if I build all the way back to the tower, then I'm going to have no blocks and no arrows. If I have no blocks and no arrows, I'm not gonna be able to break the crystals and do anything. So I was sitting there like, oh God, I don't want to waste like all my blocks. And so I decided to go higher instead of going to the side after I realized that. It's like here I'm kind of thinking about it as I'm building. I'm kind of just gauging like, oh, what do I do? And then I was like, all right, I'll use my gravel because I can go up higher with gravel. I build out a little bit to make my tower like good. And then the dragon's coming up and I'm thinking like, oh God, the dragon's gonna destroy them. And then it left and I was like, oh God. At this point I decided, okay, I'm just gonna tower up high, try and make him come to me. I can maybe knock him down, kill one of them or something. And so here I'm building this shape for the TNT. At this point I already knew what my plan was. I was thinking that if I built the bridge out like this, I could place TNT in like different spot locations because I wanted to cover their entire tower. Because I thought like it might kill a couple of them, but I just thought like there's like, where do they go? Like they're on this tower way in the air, like above the void. If I drop TNT in, like where do they have to go? Like they can't like jump off the tower. Like they just fall in the void. And so I was thinking that they have nowhere to go. So I thought that maybe they place water down or something and that it would just like destroy parts of the tower. Like maybe one of the TNT would not be in the water and would destroy parts of the tower. So I kind of planned out where I was placing the TNT so it would land at different heights as well. So it didn't all land like right on the tower. And that's why I placed like one there, and then one on the opposite side. So that it was like the corners of the tower. And then here I was thinking, the problem is a lot of them are looking up. I was like, Ant was looking up at me, Sam would look up now and then, Bad was looking up now and then. I was like, I need them to not realize instantly that the TNT is coming. So people asked, why did I drop stuff? And why did I drop good stuff? Because I did drop good stuff. And that was the reason for it, is I thought, if I drop stuff on them, then they might look. But I thought if I just drop like crappy stuff, they're not going to look. They're just like, oh, he's just dropping trash, guys, look up. But because I dropped like my anvil and I dropped like a golden enchanted pickaxe and like good stuff, I thought, okay, they'll like look and then they'll be in their inventory. They'll open their inventory and that blocks like half their screen, you know? I drop stuff, I'm kind of slowly dropping it, trying to get their attention. And then I do the TNT, and so I did it in like 3 different locations. I kind of scouted out. And so Sapnap hears TNT, block, and like looks up. And then he didn't see this TNT, but he saw the other TNT. So it's like, he just looked at like the most unfortunate moment. It's like, as soon as he sees TNT, he like looks up and then he realizes, oh shit, the TNT was right there. As soon as it was just, at that point it was too late. I was like, all right, I can jump, slime block, go to the other location. Water bug clutch down here. That was just epic. That was just epic. So here, I'm like waiting for George to come up. Now George, he's not the best with the shield. He's decent, you know. But I was worried about getting knocked off because if I tried to run down to him, he could knock me off. But then when he came up here, I was like, okay, I'm better than him at shield. So I know the timing better. And so I was being cocky. I was being overly confident. And I was like, I can hit him once, clear his shield, block his hit with my shield, and knock him off before he can get a hit on me. And so I'll angle myself to the point where he just 100% gets knocked off. So here I decide, okay, I'm gonna run at him straight, so he doesn't have a good angle on me, and he can't hit my shield. I hit him, but that's what ended up getting messed up, and he hits me. And I ended up falling off because my shield was on repair. It was a dumb play. It didn't work out how I thought it would because he spammed and he played smart. But yeah, my ego did hurt me there. My plan just didn't work. And then here I was thinking like, at first I thought, oh, I can just, I wasn't that worried. Like I fell down here and I was like, oh, I can place water on the tower like above me and just swim up to it. And then as soon as I exited the water, I was like, oh shit, I'm too low. And so I opened my inventory. I'm trying to figure out what I can do based on what I have in my inventory. I can't reach. And I was like, what if I just like jump across, place it and come back? And I was like, no, I'll just die. And then I see the stuff here. And I was like, oh shit. And so I pull out the fishing rod and then I thought it didn't reach. I was like, oh God, it doesn't reach. Because every time I was trying it, it wasn't reaching. And I wasn't sure if I got it, but I checked and I did.
No way! Yes! Oh my God!
And there we go. And that was epic. That's the end. I just went and killed the dragon, broke all the crystals. There was a couple of close calls with like me taking fall damage or like MLG watering because the dragon needed me, but that's the end. It's so funny too because like at the very end, Sapnap, as soon as they came back and they all had no armor and they were like trying to kill me, when he comes back at one point, he's like telling me, just put me out of my misery dream, like just put me back out of my misery so I can just be running back again. Once I killed them, like on the second to last time, George and Sapnap like FaceTimed. And so they're on FaceTime. And so Sapnap's like dramatically like screaming at the FaceTime going, no, like it was being such an idiot. It's like I cut out part of it because he just sounded so ridiculous. Like I was like, sound out. That just makes people gonna be like, that's like dumb. You can hear it like partly here. Just like listen to him.
Oh!
Now.
Let's go!
And then he's like, I cut out, the reason there's a cut right there and usually there wouldn't be a cut is that the next one was like so ludicrously ridiculous that like I asked him about it afterwards. I was like, when I was editing it, I was like, what were you doing? Like, why were you like screaming? And he's like, oh, I was like FaceTiming George and I was just like being over the top, like ridiculous. Like, cause we just were, he's like, he basically said like, I already knew we were screwed so long ago that it wasn't even like a new reaction. It was just like, we had already lost. Like we lost whenever we first came back and had no armor. Anyway, there's the whole analysis for the final Manhunt, the 5 Hunters grand finale. It was very fun. Yeah, I had a lot of fun recording it. I had a lot of fun editing it. I had a lot of fun watching your guys' reaction to it. It was great.